There are 5 things people do online so degenerate that everybody claims to hate them, and yet somehow they still get millions of views. Which means either nobody actually hates this content or all of you are watching it with one hand under the blanket. And before you start acting innocent, calm down. The internet does not keep producing this garbage because nobody's watching. Somebody is feeding the machine, and statistically, that's you. But I'll be honest with you up front, the single most degenerate thing on this list isn't even one of these 5. It's not even online. It's something I have personally done in my own bathroom with the door locked. And I'm telling you about it at the very end. Not now. You're not ready yet. Just know it's coming, and just know it's worse than anything these strangers are doing. Starting with the people who make absolutely everything sexual. You could upload a video of a fish swimming peacefully through the ocean, and within 30 seconds, somebody in the comments will say, "Hear me out." Not, and there's nothing to hear. That is a fish. It does not have a personality. It does not know you exist. You're trying to negotiate attraction towards seafood. The phrase "hear me out" has become legal immunity for people who should not be allowed near animated movies. Nobody ever says "hear me out" to this attractive adult human being. That would be way too normal. Nah, it has to be a dragon, a robot, a cartoon animal, or something that doesn't even have a face. A movie comes out, the characters aren't even introduced yet, and somebody has already written "would." Would what? Get arrested? Seek professional help? Explain yourself to God? And then they act like everybody else is strange for not understanding. You don't see the vision. Correct. My vision works properly. Your brain saw a fictional lizard wearing eyelashes and immediately opened a private investigation. These people have also destroyed normal conversations. You cannot describe anything anymore. You say, "This burger is huge." They slowly turn their head. Pause. What am I pausing? The meal? You say, "This pipe is long." Pause. The hole is deep. Pause. My back is sore. Now everybody is smiling. You people are sick. You've taken ordinary sentences and turned them into landmines. A dog sits strangely. Bro is ready. Ready for what? A walk? Dinner? The vet? What exactly did you see? Actually, don't answer that, because I've done it. I've watched a dog sit weirdly and thought bro was ready. I'm not narrating this from some balcony above you. I'm actually on the list. Not that kind of list. The second degenerate act is filming strangers for content. There's a very specific kind of person who turns on a camera and immediately stops believing everybody around them is real. The public becomes a background, the supermarket becomes a film studio, strangers become unpaid actors in a video they never agreed to join. You're walking through the shop trying to buy milk, right? Suddenly, a grown-ass man in a diaper jumps out from behind the cereal, screams into your face, throws something on the floor, and starts laughing. And then when you get angry, he points at his friend holding the camera. Relax, bro, it's just content. That does not make it better, it makes it worse. You planned this. You woke up, charged your phone, called another unemployed man, and drove into public with the intention of ruining somebody's afternoon. That's not spontaneous comedy. That's premeditated irritation. And these people always choose their victims very carefully. They never approach the 7-foot man built like a refrigerator. They see him and suddenly the video becomes giving compliments to strangers. Very positive, very respectful. "Excuse me, brother, your outfit is beautiful." But the moment they see an old man carrying groceries, now they're brave.
But
Dickhead, man, you need a life.
Daddy did like that, didn't he?
Then there are ones who secretly record strangers for existing incorrectly. Somebody eating alone, recorded. Somebody crying, recorded. Somebody arguing quietly on their phone, recorded. Uploaded with a caption like, "Main character spotted." Brother, you are hiding behind a shelf filming a stranger through a gap in the cereal boxes. You are not the normal person in this situation. Imagine having the worst day of your life and finding out 2 million people watched it because somebody added sad piano music and wrote POV, he finally gave up. I did not give up. I missed the bus. Leave me alone. Now, everything so far is amateur hour. Because the next one, you don't just watch. The next one gets inside your house. And I still haven't gotten to the bathroom story, so that's still coming. That's still worse. Hold on. The third degenerate act is relationship ragebait. The internet has turned dating into a civil war. Every day there's a new podcast with 6 microphones, 7 people who hate each other, and 1 host asking questions engineered to destroy every relationship on earth. Would you still love your husband if he lost his job? Should a woman ever pay for dinner? Would you date a man who owns a chair? And nobody's there to learn anything. The entire purpose is to cut the angriest 30 seconds and upload it with fire emojis. Men are told every woman is using them. Women are told every man is dangerous. Married people are told they settled. Single people are told they're dying alone. Everybody leaves more suspicious than when they arrive. You could be in a perfectly healthy relationship, watch 3 of these clips, and suddenly you start interrogating your partner. Why did you say good morning like that? Like what? With distance. I just woke up. Now you're checking who they follow, studying punctuation, measuring response times like a detective. And I've done that math. 12 minutes yesterday, 14 minutes today. I sat there and calculated the difference like it meant something. That's a real thing I have done with my one life. The worst part is how obvious the setup is. One person says something completely insane. I believe my partner should pay all my bills, raise the children, and apologize every morning for not being richer. The host pretends to be shocked, the comments explode, 10 million views. Then you find the full episode and realize the person was booked specifically because they say ridiculous things. things. Normal people don't go viral. A woman saying, I want a respectful man and we split things fairly, 12 views. A man saying, women should legally have to ask permission before buying shampoo. Now we have content. These podcasts don't solve relationship problems. They manufacture new ones. The fourth act is turning children into content. Some family channels will film anything as long as the thumbnail fits a shocked face and a red arrow. Child crying? Camera. Child punished? Camera. Child has a private, humiliating moment? Perfect. Dramatic music, and title it, He Finally Told Us the Truth. The truth is, he's 8 and wants you to stop filming him. Imagine being upset and your father is 3 feet away adjusting the focus. Can you cry again? The lighting was bad. Then they act surprised when the kid grows up and wants nothing to do with the channel. You turned his childhood into episodes. Every haircut, every punishment, every argument. Permanently online because somebody needed a sponsor for meal kits. And they always defend it the same way. But they love being in the videos. Of course they do. They're 6. 6-year-olds also love eating glue. That does not mean you hand them a sponsorship. Then the views drop. The kids stop cooperating and they announce, we've decided to take a break to focus on family. You should have focused on family before turning it into a production company. The fifth act is public thirst traps. There is something deeply strange about setting up a phone in the middle of a supermarket and performing sexually while an old man compares prices on canned tuna. Nobody enters the store expecting a performance, and they always choose the most inconvenient location possible. And then they get annoyed when somebody walks through the shot. You placed a tripod inside human traffic. What the fuck did you expect? For society to stop? And they posted and complained, people kept staring. Yes, you were dancing sexually beside the frozen vegetables. That doesn't mean they're jealous. If I saw a man balancing a microwave on his head, I would stare too. That does not mean I want his lifestyle. And the gym ones. The gym is already uncomfortable. Everybody's sweating. Nobody knows if they're using the machine right. And now somebody set up professional lighting beside the squat rack. Now I'm walking through the gym like a man avoiding sniper fire. Alright, I've stalled long enough. I told you at the start, the worst one is mine. And it is. It's not online. It's not a stranger. It's me. There is no dignified way to do it. Nobody has ever looked powerful with one leg raised on the sink, holding a razor near forbidden territory. You begin with confidence. This will be cleaner. This will be more comfortable. I know what I'm doing. You do not know what you're doing. You cannot even see the area. You are operating through instinct, prayer, and dangerous angles. One wrong movement, and your entire week changes. And for a few hours, everything's perfect. Smooth, fresh, professional. You walk around believing you've improved yourself. The next day arrives, the hair goes back with revenge in its heart. Every step feels like 2 pieces of sandpaper are trying to start a fire. You cannot sit. You cannot walk normally. You're moving through the house like a cowboy whose horse exploded. And nobody can know why. Your family asks, are you injured? Nah. Why are you walking like that? I slept wrong. You did not sleep wrong. You landscaped forbidden territory and nature is reclaiming that land. And that's the real problem with oh my god, I'm gonna fucking wreck myself. And that's the real problem with degeneracy. Nobody thinks they're degenerate while doing it. The guy sexualizing a cartoon fish thinks he's funny. The prank creator thinks he's entertaining. The podcast host thinks he's helping. The family channel thinks they're making memories. The public dancer thinks everybody's jealous. And the man shaving his ass thinks this time it will be different. It will not. We are all somebody else's reason society looks cooked. The only difference is some of you do it publicly. The rest of us watch, replay, share, comment, and pretend we're above it. So the next time you see something disgusting online and ask, who the fuck watches this? Check the view count. There's your answer.